Broadcast sponsored by Facebook Gaming.
Yes, and we are very, very happy to have you all here with us for this round 2, as we already got to see some very early drops. Pirate King once again making their way right on over towards Squirrel Depot. A very early bolt, and Road to Victory, they ended up blasting towards about the middle game. Looks like they're actually following as they head towards Defense Fort and Wheattown.
Yeah, we have a couple teams actually going down to Rust Bay. We might see, I believe that's Arov actually, that went into Rust Bay last time around and went toe-to-toe with Seal. We'll have to double check for sure.
Yeah, and remember, first blood is what we're looking for. Which team is going to get it in as we're dropping in? Now's the final time. Lock in your answers in chat as we're about to start seeing some touchdown already. A little bit of damage. Okay, that's not gunfight. That's just fall damage.
Yeah, that's just a little bit of fall damage. And this game,
getting ahead of myself.
It's just you play battle royales and you're like, oh no, fall damage. It's so dangerous. It's actually it takes a lot to die from falling in ROS because it is a mobile. Sometimes it can be tricky when you're maneuvering on a tall ledge. So they try and relieve some of that pressure from possibly falling. You usually don't take as much damage. It looks like a Pirate team looking a little bit different here with their drop pattern. They're not going directly to Observatory.
Oh, wow.
They've actually split themselves up, but we're going north once again. A mirror image of what we saw last time around.
And look at how far north it is as well as, we already see some pot shots. That's a down. Sanji, you could be the first one down. War of Elite.
Yes.
Looking at that first blood. 60 members left.
Again, Mao.
We'll see he'll be able to get the save.
Yeah, Mao actually with some pretty nice shots coming out through. That's the Car 98. Once again, the sniper shots here from our from the Southeast Asia regions are usually just on point. We also have Small Boy over here at Echo Valley with the single most kills of 5 for himself. Small Boy has been one of those players to do extremely well, so that's not out of the question.
Already starting to step forward. 5 kills in that previous game. A huge performance, but still 60 members standing.
No one's going for Sanji.
Yeah, Sanji.
That might be enough for the first kill, but
it's ticking down.
It's ticking.
Who's going to get it? Oh, boy. It looks like they're setting up a trap, actually. Seal, they're trying to head back towards Sanji, but this early on,
it's too risky.
It's very risky.
Yeah, Sanji, he was already far away from his teammates, so the squad itself has to say, we don't know where this other squad is. We don't know where War of Elite is. If we try and go save you, man, we might just get taken on down. We might get picked off. It's too risky to actually go and save him just yet unless they kill War of Elite, but they can only do that in the next 20 seconds before he gets bled out.
Timer's still ticking down. 60 players still up. As Aichi, he's just on the other side of DF. Sanji, he's still ticking. Oh, boy.
Look at that shot. It's lined
he's just waiting for a member. End is actually going for the save right now. He's trying to make it up the ground, but that is wide up in the open. He has to know this is dangerous. Pushing as quick as he can. The timer's ticking down, and he goes down. Mao gets first blood in the game. War of Elite, the first team to get that first blood.
So if you guess War of Elite, congratulations. You are in the draw for the 88 diamonds, and you can get yourself some nice currency. But do remember, guys, if you want to, you can always hook up your Facebook account to your ROS account and get drops for just watching the stream. I know Fish, he often claims drops while he's casting. And he gets gold, he gets backpacks, he gets a squishy hammer.
He keeps it open on his phone, and he's able to redeem these. But still, we're starting to get further into this game. Seal, it looks like they're backing away from the docks over there. They know that it's a trap now, and they're saying, okay, he didn't actually have any loot on him, and if he did, it is not worth pushing out into the open like that.
Yeah. A little bit of a more quiet start than what we saw last time around at the 4-minute mark. We saw 1 or 2 teams actually take some shots. Instead, it's just been the lone member getting picked off here. This is what I expect from these regions, to play a little bit more slower-paced game. Once we get into Europe later on tonight, if you guys are going to be sticking around, that's when the real chaos starts. That's when we call the fiestas begin to happen. The parties take place over the vehicles. But here in Southeast Asia, teams are a little bit more disciplined. They like to take their time. This is Fury Roads here. Hilo with the and also a shotgun. So long range and short range, no mid range though.
Yeah, Hilo just skipping over that crossbow.
Again,
instead, just relying on the primary weapons.
Yeah, the thing about the crossbow is, in order to actually make it use the grenade, you need to get the grenade launcher attachment for the crossbow. It's a 2-piece situation. And oftentimes we'll only see 1 or 2 members of a team run a crossbow. Usually you won't see the entire team run it. Usually you have a dedicated crossbow player that will usually be the one taking the shots.
But that we're seeing him skip over, it speaks to maybe somebody else already has one, which is, I think, even more scary because that means we could have a crossbow grenade launcher already running around on the map. Or maybe they're just trying to skip that strategy and, like you said, play the long range and then use the shotgun for emergencies.
Yeah, we haven't seen a whole lot of crossbows last time around, but look at this. This is AROV looking to take their time and actually going in for the siege onto this compound. See Mackie over to where the shot goes into 2 members. No one's actually shot him on down. They're going to trade back 1-to-1. Lion gets taken on down on the outside of the building. Lunazi is also down themselves. A truck coming on through, trying to get the down here. It's going to go in favor of not AROV. Small Boy's going to go down. Actually, I'm going to have to double check who actually got taken out.
RTV were able to get the cleanup. AROV. They were the team that went to 2nd place in that last round against Fnatic. They were the team that were panicking at the end of that round to try and lock down the final kills and lock down that 1st place. But perhaps they haven't quite got their nerves back under control. That very greedy early play might be costing them. Oh, no, they're still up.
Yes, so we got jumped to a different skirmish in the middle of all that. So that is, of course, road to victory. They get taken on down. We know that squad's wiped at least. So AROV still in the game. Again, sometimes it happens. Sometimes we get a little jumpy. Yeah, we like to catch all the action.
Yeah, I know. Speaking of jumpy, the commentators themselves.
Oh
yeah, the classic. But still, yeah, AROV. Well, then let's change that statement. Then this is the team that was able to recover after that jumpy game 1, who are now picking up kills. Certainly, it's risky, but it seems like it's paid off as they do get a full squad wipe.
Yeah. So for AROV, they're going to be happy with that. Get some more points into their back pockets. Again, our overall points for tonight don't matter as much. You're trying to get as much points as you can for the overall total when it comes to the end of the regular season. So can already see them making their way on over. And speaking of AROV, they're going to go clash here with ECO, a team that I expected to do well, but they actually fell short in the game before, finishing at 10th place. And you see AROV, they say, we want to go for this fight. We're willing to go toe-to-toe with you guys. Pirate team are also going to pick up a kill over toward the side on the kill feed, as ECO is also getting pinched from multiple angles. This is awkward because now we have 3 to 4 squads starting to siege onto this compound, and this compound looks very familiar.
It really does. AROV are going to be having some flashbacks of what happened last time, but they're not looking for survival. They are looking for kills. They smell blood in the water with the point lead from game 1, and they are just trying to snowball that up to first as they are pushing into the building. Iron Pro, he was the 2nd to last man standing last time. Is he going to take the pushes? Ooh, there's some pot shots from the window.
Yeah, not sure where that's coming on through. Meanwhile, Pirate Team is going to be able to get the squad wipe on Gal on another section of the map. Teams, though, starting to push on over. Looks like AROV, they want to try and take what they can. ECO, they've lost just in the stairwell, and now C has to go out the window. They're already down 2 members.
Yeah, turns out I was completely wrong. It wasn't nerves. It was just a warm-up. Oh, man, another member goes down.
ECO.
Yeah.
What's going on tonight, guys?
Absolutely wiped out. As AROV, they have now picked up 2 squad wipes, albeit the 2nd with a little bit of assistance. But now they know there's another squad nearby, and this team, they have got so much momentum right now.
Yeah, Rides was able to get out of dodge, so he's the lone member surviving for ECO. So ECO still into this game, but the kills, of course, going on over to AROV. Jump through the window, going to see what they can do. Zeus is not going to be able to. That was a beautiful door close coming out from Small Boy. That's some fast fingers there to actually be able to hit that prompt as you're walking through it. Over toward the side, Iron Pro wants to jump on in, but he goes into 2 members as Fire Rose are able to pick him off. Law Pro also going to go on down. They trade back 1. Small Boy is going to be able to be on the outside of the building. Shots coming on through. Zeus is still alive. Yabena still there. Shots coming on down. Goes through the doorway, but gets gunned down. I believe Small Boy is the only member alive for AROV.
Oh, managed to get another down. Jada still holding on.
Small Boy!
And
He's
Small
trying
Boy
to get out of there!
The vehicle, but the vehicle's stuck. It's burning down. The shots are being fired. Will they have enough? 1 kill left on Small Boy, and he is out. Somehow, AROV are still alive, but it's only Small Boy.
Small Boy.
No way. He's going to stay.
Small Boy says, you took down my teammates. I'm going to take your life if that's the case. He's going to try and go for this 2v1, which I think is... It's gutsy. There's a lot of loot here to be claimed for himself. So this is pretty much him fighting over likely meds at this point because he wants to try and get as many dead bodies that had meds on them and then likely go for a med strat a little later because he can't really do anything at this point. Going to come on through the building. Jada's on the other side of the door. Wants to open it on up. Goes on through. Fire connector's going to come on through. Loki is still in there. Gets hit Unfortunately, Small Boy, he didn't cook the grenade long enough. You can see him just trying to reorganize himself, gets the truck, and wants to get out of there.
Yeah, decides to take it safe instead. Truck is taking damage, but Jada doesn't have enough to get the solo kill on that truck as Loki, he's sweating, he's breathing, but he's healed up and he's alive.
Yeah, Small Boy causing some mischief for Loki there, as just didn't cook the grenade long enough. Had good placement, but unfortunately Loki had some time to get out of the way, get to safety. As we see our next play zone, we're going to the center of the top of the map, so we're looking pretty similar to what we saw in Game 1.
And already it's starting to narrow down just a little bit as Small Boy is going to have to play the safe game, play the slow game this time around as the last standing member of AROV. And Ezio, they've still got a single member left as well. Rid's just playing that survival game too, so it looks like we're going to have a couple of stragglers spread around the map as we start to narrow down these zones.
And for ECO Gaming, this is important that Rides tries to stay alive as long as he can, because they did not have a good Game 1. They finished in 10th place. I'd like to see them do a little bit better here. But at this point, they're going to be likely focusing on a med strat. And unfortunately, Rids, he has to deal with Fury Roads that are on top of him. I don't actually know if they know where he is. He can't take shots here. I would not take any shots. He's just trying to scout them. This is not going to be him engaging. If he did that, that would be suicidal.
Just looking for the safe pickups. Maybe another squad comes by, cleans up a few kills, and he can scavenge the bodies.
That's what you're hoping for, to get some of that those items that would be left behind from a skirmish, or even pick off a member or two as they're leaving from the scene. That would be the best scenario here for Raid, so he can go ahead and get himself.
And there's Imiyu with the grenade crossbow, sitting pretty, ready for the AoE.
Oh, they know.
Wait, did they know?
They know.
How did they spot him from that far?
So they did drive by that compound. I'm going to assume they saw him, but they think there's a full squad there. So they are very hesitant to even go for this because there is not a whole lot of angles. Oh, no.
Oh, they absolutely
Rids.
know.
Oh, this is awkward for Rids.
That's a tragedy. Rids has to know that something is up now.
Oh, he's like, oh, they're getting in the truck. They're going away. No, they're repositioning Rids.
They are absolutely looking for the flank. Poor guy.
No.
He's hoofing it. He's hoofing it. Go for the woods, Rids. See if you can make it out of there.
They don't care. They're crashing down the gates and Fury Roads. They're looking to take him on down. Ritz is trying to hide where he can.
He's literally in the shooting range.
Oh, he's on the other side of this wall. They actually can't see him, but they're trying to use, all right, where did this guy possibly go? We would have saw him run. They know he's behind one of these walls.
This is just a training exercise for FRS.
No.
They're starting to push forward. Rids, he's still holding his ground. IG peeking the corners. Now he sees it. Rids, he's hopping over. Can he survive any longer? He's trying. Bunny hop over and over, but he goes down. Imiyu finds himself the kill.
And Rids, he thought he was sneaky, but then they saw him, and then they came down to hunt him down.
Yeah, it was just another training exercise for
ECO.
FRS. You see one man, and then you bring him down.
ECO, that's now going to be likely a bottom 5 finish once again, not having the good start to this week. Again, they still have 3 games to try and make up some of these points, but, you know, consistency, that's what allows you to get into the playoffs later on in the year and get that juicy share of the $110,000 prize pool.
It's not just getting that final finish for a handful of games. You have to consistently prove that you are better than your opponents over the course of this 8-week season. But still, like you said, they've got 3 more games to try and turn this around. As the zone is starting to narrow down, we're starting to see a handful more med strats hanging out around the outside of the map. And I just want to point out that previous final climactic zone is still within the play area. We could be returning to similar locations. We do see a lot of pot shots coming out.
Yeah, even the grenades coming out there. So that's going to be a little bit of a scary one here for, I believe that's number 1 on the left side of your screen. Yeah, I would get out of that vehicle immediately or just start running in the opposite direction because you guys are going toe-to-toe with a crossbow.
Looks like the vehicle is still rather healthy. I don't see any fire or smoke coming out of the back of it, but they're going to hold onto it and instead just hug the building as Fate makes their way inside the zone. Play zone 3, still a few seconds away before knowing what that next zone is going to be.
Yeah, Fate, one of our teams from Singapore, often more of a med strat kind of team. Usually they play very safe. They've started to make their way slowly here in toward the zone as they're just above the lake and below training base. They get themselves in toward the center and then try and hunker down, it looks like. So this is a little bit of a change-up. Maybe they didn't get as many meds as they hoped they would get. And now they're saying, all right, you know what? We're going to have to play a little bit more aggressive this time around, get some meds, but they're going to knock themselves into this Vietnam squad.
Yeah, they are running straight in. I love what I'm seeing from them bringing multiple vehicles, though. They've got the one in front with a single member to pull fire, and then the 3-man vehicle in the back. That buys more time for the vehicle in the back to get away from the rate of fire as number 1. This is the same hill as earlier where they were able to pick up another kill, but that's actually the vehicle packed with members. Did they get it down? It doesn't look like they did.
No, it just got a little bit outside of their vision. Fnatic are actually on top of a care package that's about to drop on down, so they can get themselves maybe an automatic grenade launcher, which would be nice to have. Not as powerful as the grenade launcher for the crossbow on individual shots, but the thing about the grenade launcher is you can just rain down fire upon your enemies. So that'd be a nice pickup. We'll have to see what they get from that care package later.
I mean, we've already seen without a grenade launcher how they can flush out a building, as in the first round of the day. Now add that to the arsenal, and things are looking even spicier. But currently, they're still just huddling inside of that building. Let's see if the care package ends up coming down, as currently WCE still just making their way around the map.
Yeah, this is War of Elite. They're just a little bit south of another squad here, and they were our first team to actually get a kill. Yeah, so if you guys guessed War of Elite, hey, you got yourself some diamonds possibly coming your way, but just to the north of them is another squad, so they're going to take some time here.
War of Elite, WOE. Every time, it's the tiny text. It's the tiny text.
No, trust
that
me.
gets me.
And I've been told by by Fish that we have it lucky. Apparently, we got a lot of these teams actually give themselves proper characters. A lot of time they used to have just random symbols here and there, and it's borderline unreadable for us at times.
Yeah. Well, currently, I wanted to say it again. I was tempted to. WOE. War of Elite are just huddling inside of the building. We're all just continuing to hold on along with Anep and Mao. As do they know that they are there?
That's MASH just above them. I believe that is going. That's actually Pirate King. So Pirate King had themselves a top 5 finish last game. This is a team that's been struggling the last couple of weeks. I don't know how well their performance was in the first week or two because I was not here for that. But there is a possibility they still have some points that they can make up here. We'll see whether or not they actually make a move. Looking to calm themselves down. Number 1 also out here. They had themselves also a good top finish. So a lot of these teams that I was expecting, hey, you guys got to pick up some good finishes, they actually did pretty well last game. And then the one team I guessed, hey, would do decent, ECO, they're like, nah, well, we'll just die right away.
It's the caster's curse. You always got to have one disappointment at least. But still, we've got plenty more games to try and turn this around. Number 1 still just holding the high ground. They're comfortably inside of the zone. Oh, wow. That one hurt. That's half health.
Yeah, that's a shoulder shot there. Didn't take off the helmet, so still has that. But you can see Perda is looking around saying, where the heck did I get shot from?
Oh, wait a second. That's not right. Oh, it looks like everyone's starting to move in towards this final one as the zone closes in on training base.
So we're just a little south of training base. There is a compound directly in the center of the map here. There's a little bit of a bitter lake that comes up into the south, so there isn't as much play area as you'd like to see from the south end, and that will create 2 funnel points for these teams to come on in. Number 1, they're saying, all right, we're going to go ahead and move out. They're on the top side of the circle. They want to try and head on in. I do believe, though, Fnatic already got themselves down into this zone because Fate did watch them take that care package.
Now, Fate is very close as well. Arov.
Oh, there you go,
Small Boy just find himself a kill. He found himself another kill. Somehow, he was able to pick up another set of points for Arov.
It's Assassin Small Boy.
Oh,
he's able to go ahead. This
he's
this
John
compound.
Wick right now.
He actually went back to the compound that he fought in
that is
earlier.
the compound, yeah.
This is where we had our last circle end, and I guess Small Boy, he's like, I'm pretty familiar with it. I'm going to go ahead and just pick off the last little bit here, and he's actually getting what's likely going to be a bunch of meds. So this could be the possible strategy coming out for Small Boy. Try and wait as long as possible before you have to start tanking up that circle.
You think that's Small Boy's MO, or is he the guy who rushes in as Rofen? Wow. Gets a quick knock. Onto Bin as now they're starting to see a fight. Everyone's pushing up. Hello pushes forward. Neko goes down. Hello looks for the finish and should be able to get it in just a moment.
Gonna bleed out there.
Actually, yeah, using that as bait to pull the rest of Fate forward. FRS continuing to push forward into the house. Revan trying to hold his own, but now there's constant fire all around. Joel still watching the door, but the building block from a car. No way to get inside of the house that way, but still, Fate, they're trying to buy the time out of this, and they managed to find themselves a kill.
So Fate overall are going to be able to get the squad wipe onto Fury Roads, and that is the surprise. There's a truck. You can't come in here. That entrance is closed. Small boy always taking some shots there. He is going to get killed, so that's going to be the end of AROV's squad as number one there picking off a low member Seal.
Finally down. Don't you hate it when that happens? When you open the door to the kitchen and, oh, God,
there's a flaming...
Mom parked the SUV on the veranda again. Goodness gracious.
Come on,
Every
Mom.
time.
My friends are coming over. You're embarrassing me.
How am I supposed to get the tasty snacks without backing this car out?
Oh, no, not the couch. So we did have a situation last week where we had an insane 2v1 play from hiding behind a couch. So the couches kind of give me a little bit of concern to see whether or not we'll see a team pull that off. It is 29 members alive here as we close in toward Play Zone 5 quite shortly.
And we're 20 minutes into the game. As you said, Play Zone 5 is coming up, and we're starting to see these final squads. Still, Fnatic is putting on a strong showing as they're still continuing to push forward, but Pirate Squad, they're starting to push forward. Fate, with that very clever car play inside of the house, still managing to hold on to that building inside of the zone, so they don't have to worry about too much for the next few minutes, but it looks like there's still only 3 members left for the Fate squad. Yeah, for Fate there, it's also a little bit awkward because depending on where the next circle is, it's they're going to be right on top of them or it's going to be on the other side of the circle, so they're going to have to be the first ones to move, and they already lost. That car is pretty much done. To drive that car at this point here is a little bit crazy. So we see Vorix on the outside of the circle here with Fnatic. Fnatic look like they're a little spread apart. We'll have to double check where exactly they are. But Fnatic playing slow this time around, not getting into the center like we saw last time. They're keeping their eyes on Fate down at the bottom of the hill and are currently outside of the zone. And seeing, as you said, how the zone has now moved down away from Fate, they are in the perfect spot to start picking off some easy kills. But Fate is the most clever car placement I think I've ever seen.
They had 2 cars,
but they're moving forward.
It's a Fate car. That was the thing with Fate. They had their other vehicle hidden within the building. This one hasn't been shot up.
Gosh.
They swapped it. It's like
they're chasing Fnatic across the play zone.
Fnatic are going to go into a fight here with Dark Frost. This gives an opportunity for Fate to maybe pick off some members if they stick around. Vorix knows that someone is on the other side here. Skyzak has had good plays in the past. They got to get the shots there here onto Vorix. Vorix gets taken on down quite low. Will get the down on through. Fnatic, they got to get back and start saving their boys. But meanwhile, Fate is on the other side.
And that's the perfect spot for Fate to be. The double car play to pinch behind Fnatic and just pick up easy kills, pick up easy knocks.
Lose 3 members off that fight. Raptor's also going to get shut off. Fate is cleaning house in this valley. I think they just picked up 5 kills.
Yeah, that's Fnatic and Dark Frost cleaned up just from Fate, holding on to the backup car, the emergency SUV.
I said they were crazy, but they somehow pull it off. Rogers trying to get the shot off there with the grenade crossbow. It's not going to land on Perda. Perda is still alive. They take down Roger, as this is a clash here, a Pirate team and number 1. Seal losing a member outside the play zone. Nemesis gets 2 members there. Mansum going to get taken on down. Roger is as well. 2 kills going in favor of Nemesis as Rayong still the 1 lone member of Pirate team. There's going to be a grenade behind him as they take it off.
And he's being flushed out by all of that fire. Managed to get a quick pick off with the grenade, but finally gets knocked down
boys!
As it's a quick cleanup as everyone just races in. 16 members, but everybody wants to be a part of the action as there are points to be had, and everyone's trying to get it, but this is a lot of damage onto the car. A quick drive over, and still they're maneuvering around the sides of this hill as Fate continues to provide sniper fire from over the hill.
And number 1, they said, hey, we just took down Pirate Team. That's awesome. And then boom, bada bing, one of our Vietnam squads come on in. Lion's going to get taken down to the play zone. Pirda gets killed off. So that is now 2 downed members. It's just Arm, the only member here still alive for number 1. They do get the res, but they have to be careful because over from the flank, that is going to be Mr. Lonely, taking down number 1, and we're down to our last 12 players.
And don't you hate it when that happens, when you're getting the man up and then a quick flank just flushes you right out. 2 kills on all the meds you can carry, Mr. Lonely and the rest of the squad sitting inside of the zone, but with a smoke nade on top of them, there are 11 players left 24 minutes in.
And I'm liking seeing the smoke grenade actually coming out. This pretty much creates a little bit of cover for your squad, because guess what? This is a pretty wide open compound in the middle of the circle. Fate still taking pot shots, though.
And this is Fate very far outside of the zone. They've got at least a few seconds before it starts closing in on them as they're managing to get damage onto the vehicle.
Well, though, their vehicle...
Oh, no, their own vehicle is starting to take some damage.
They say, hey, you're not going to get away with 2 vehicles being able to survive this one. They still have the inside of this compound to deal with. They need to get a crossbow launcher. They need some kind of explosive to draw out those enemies because they have to go to that compound. Fate have to put themselves into the open. Look at this, though. Ruven going to ward over this dead body, likely going to pick up some meds, going to try and slow play it out a little.
Try and draw out the timer until that zone 7, until they have to take a fight. Because remember, they're getting into the top 2, top 3 teams left, and a big finish is all they need.
Yeah, if you want.
And the zone is in between them.
Oh, so this is a little awkward. I do prefer this vantage point, though, for Lancer and Mr. Lonely's squad compared to Fate, because they can go ahead and slow play this down, because Fate is going to have to come running down a hill. We also do have to remember there's likely 1 or 2 squads med-stratting outside the zone, and that's going to be another 3 minutes before they get taken on down. You can see Fate. They are stuck. They don't know what to do with this situation. Meanwhile, this squad is just going to hold their ground.
Yeah, Just Team is just constantly taking pot shots, knowing that there isn't a lot of cover behind these trees. There's no way for Fate to get down into the play zone. They're already outside of the zone. It's just a matter of time. And then Just Team, they just have to clean up whoever else is outside of the zone, wait it out, and take that first place finish.
Yeah, you can see Just Team, if you look at the marker for the play zone, they are just on the edge of the play zone. They are actually safe if they just go on the other side of this wall. So Fate, they're already taking damage from the play zone. This is play zone 6. This starts to hurt quite a bit. You have to make your way on in. Joel is just medding back on out. Fate, they're panicking. They have nowhere to go at this point. Mr. Lonely, them, they don't even have to move.
And look at the final zone, all the way down on the beach at the side of the lake. But no, they've managed to find the pickup. Joel is dead, and Fate are hemorrhaging members. They are hemorrhaging health. And Lancer, like you said, still inside of the zone. Looks like that's a bit of a bait as they're trying to force Fate out, but 9 members left. The full squad of Just Team feeling real happy about this.
Yeah, and with no one else around the circle, looks like we just have med strats taking place elsewhere. So Just Team, honestly, at this point, massing, passing any kind of big collapse of the team killing each other, which can't happen.
There's accidental crossbow grenade.
There's no friendly fire in ROS, so unfortunately they can't do that. You do have Raven. He's decided, hey, we're going to go ahead, just med-strat this as long as possible. Seal have also decided to do the same as Thick is over toward the side too, so you're going to have to say congratulations to Just Team, as it looks like they'll be taking home the victory here on map 2.
Yeah, Akame still just roaming around, trying to see if he can find any free kills, any more points, because again, getting those kills, getting those knocks is more points for the team, as it looks like the last member of Fate has finally ticked down. 8 members left. So
that is going to be Fate losing out on their member. We still have 4 members of Just Team, and then we have the 1 other med member of Steel, and that means we have 2 other players way outside the circle taking their sweet time before finding sweet death. They still have about a minute before they hit that target of 28.5 minutes. That's what you're aiming for with med strats, because that's usually on average what you're going to need to do. Seal's actually trying to make his way on over. He might be running out of meds at this point, so that's usually a sign of, hey, you know what, I'm just trying to get back into the war of the zone, but it looks like Thuck is going to have to
That's a late heal.
Yeah, it's very late. That's going to get taken on down.
Drop down. 7 players left outside of the zone. Just Team sitting very happily on the inside. This isn't the greatest spot to be if there was a hero player who wanted to take some shots from long range. Just Team would be out in the open, but there's no chance that's going to happen as the final 2 members on the opposite side of the map.
Yeah, it looks like Rayong there was one of the last members for Pirate Team, actually. Decided to go north. Again, I would have to double check there as we get a nice spray. Oh, that's lovely. I always like a Thanos hand in my face there.
He's looking for the Infinity Gauntlet. He's trying to get the stones.
The stones.
The stones. Everyone knows about the stones.
The stones. Oh, it's Loki. See, couch
exactly. He's holding on to the stone. What was it? The space stone, I think Loki had?
He was Tesseract, so space stone, I do believe.
Or no, he was Mind Stone then, if it was a Tesseract, because he could mind control people.
The Mind Stone was in his scepter. That was the stone in the scepter. The Tesseract itself was Space Stone.
Space Stone. Gotcha.
There we go.
Well, unless there's some major manipulations of space and time, and perhaps all of our minds.
And maybe
Loki
a
is
server
continuing
crash.
to drag it out. He knows there are 5 members left. He's just waiting
dancing.
for Just Team to dance it out. Can he make it to the 30-minute mark? I'm actually a bit curious to see how
Nah,
long
that'll
he
be
lasts.
it.
There he goes. 29-15 is our final death as Loki drops down. And Just Team take first place.
And look at that, Just Team going to be first place. Coming in second, of course, it's going to be Mackie on Mash. And then, of course, Fire Rose with Loki on the med strats on the couch. Pirate Team, a consistent finish near the top of the leaderboard. That's what I like to see in fourth. And then Seal coming in at fifth.
And very strong performance for Just Team at the end. Surprisingly, Fate Team at the end making that massive clutch play to collapse on Fnatic and Dark Frost and pick up 2 squad clears. Ended up getting 6th place at the end of that round just from being in a poor position when it all shook out.
And on top of that, they got themselves a large amount of kills. I believe they had 8 kills there.